Welcome to Inside UNA Basketball. Here are your hosts, Coach Bobby Champagne and J.D. Byers.
Welcome to Inside UNA Basketball, everybody. Your host, J.D. Byers, alongside head coach Bobby Champagne of the UNA Lions. And, Coach, we're going to see some highlights here in just a moment, the first and second half. A little later on in the show, we had a great conference rivalry just from Huntsville. Now, right down the road, the UAH Chargers come in, 2,268 fans. A huge crowd on hand for that one.
Yeah, it was a wonderful crowd. Our fans showed up in full force. They traveled well as well. Two good teams, and both teams played really hard, and the fans were really into that game.
We sold a lot of popcorn for that one. It was a great game there at Flowers Hall. We have a 5-game homestand here, though. Before we get to those highlights and before we go to commercial break, we want to show you some special highlights from the win on the Tuesday prior, the win over Concordia. The Lions posting 106 points in the 106-75 win, but more importantly, the headline that came out of this one, you're going to see here a string of three-pointers. The Lions hit 16, two shy of a school record.
We had it going from beyond the arc, 16 three-pointers. It was the third time that we've played Concordia in 3 years, and all three times we've got over the 100 mark. So our guys were really shooting it well, and we did a great job of finding open shooters.
Beaumont Beasley, 6 of 6 from three-point land. In fact, he went 9 of 11 from the floor, made both of his free throws, only played 21 minutes, had 26 points, 1 assist, and about 3 rebounds in this one. There's one from the corner. Theron Jenkins would also add to the three-point barrage. Theron Jenkins had 3 three-pointers on the night. The Lions as a team 16 of 38 from downtown, and Wes Long, the sophomore from Summertown, Tennessee, hits one as well.
Beaumont had 19 in the first 10 minutes of the game. Really was going. He had his first 6 shots, 5 for 5 from the three-point line. He's really deep right there, but he was feeling it and really focused on the game. And so it's really good to see us get going and shoot the ball as well as we did there at home.
Beaumont Beasley, this is three-point numbers, by the way, just to recap. 6 of 6 for Beaumont. Theron, 3 of 7. Tyler Richardson came in, he hit 1. Nathan Spear from Australia hits a three-pointer. Alex Smith off the bench, he hits 2 of 4. Wes Long, 3 of 8 on the night. And again, we hit 16. Here in the second half, there's one from the other corner, Theron Jenkins. Warwick Maston, bless his heart, a three-point threat, goes 0 for 4.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine Warwick not hitting a 3 in a game where so many threes were shot, and he's been shooting it so well. But we did a great job of finding open shooters, and we had a good lead. So guys were really feeling confident. So
good to see Tyler Richardson come in there. There's Alex Smith hitting one, but Tyler Richardson getting to hit a three-pointer against Concordia. He was going to be fired up for the UAH game as well, being a Huntsville native. You'll see those highlights in just a moment. Wes Long hitting his third of the game. And the final, 106-75. That's the string of three-pointers. The Lions hit 16 of them against the Hornets of Concordia, and we win at 106-75. Great field goal percentage average. Beaumont Beasley, though, back to him, 6 of 6. You took him out at a pivotal time. He only played 21 minutes, and as we anticipate the Chargers coming in, you wanted to keep him hot going into that one.
Yeah, definitely wanted to keep him hot, and some people made mention that the school record was 8, and why didn't you leave him in? But I think Beaumont was much happier with the win and not so concerned about setting any records. He'd much rather set a record against a conference opponent, and I thought our team played really well that night.
We had 1,018 for that game. It was a Tuesday night game. Usually we play Thursday, Saturdays. Coming up on Saturday, after that game, we'll be hosting UAH. 2,268 on hand for that one. We'll have the first half highlights when we come back on Inside UNA Basketball right after this break. You stay with us.
Inside UNA Basketball is brought to you by Williams Cleaners and Ray Miller Buick GMC.
Hey folks, Cale Bragwell, Sales Manager, Ray Miller Buick GMC. At Ray Miller, we are your exclusive Carfax Advantage dealer. With a vehicle history report available on every car in stock, you can buy with confidence. Not only will we provide you with a vehicle history report on our vehicles, but if you're thinking about buying from another dealer or even an individual, we'll give you a report on that vehicle also. Right in front of Walmart, Ray Miller, come see us.
Daddy, can I get a puppy, please?
Okay, Sammy. It's bedtime.
Oh, 10 more minutes, please.
10 more.
Yes. Please.
Hey, Daddy. Will you buy some alcohol for my party tonight? We'll be right here at the house. You can even take the keys. Please?
Absolutely not.
Each time I turn around.
Never let me have anything.
Don't be a pushover.
I hate you.
Be a parent. Prevent. Don't provide alcohol to minors. Whether it's purple and gold or any other color, Simpson's Body Shop now has 3 locations to help you get that damaged car repaired, painted, and back on the road. They're located at Cox Boulevard in Sheffield and Highway 72 in Killen and Broadway Street in Florence. Choose one and rest assured that you've chosen the right professionals for the job. 3 generations, 3 brothers, 3 locations since 1981. Simpson's is there for you 24 hours a day. For towing and repair, Simpson's gets it right the first time. The reputation of Simpson's Collision and Repair speaks for itself. The Simpson boys say go Lions.
When I go to see my bank, they know me by name.
I go to a place with banking the way it should be.
My bank has convenience and great service.
I love that it's a community bank.
My bank says yes to lending.
Our bank is CB&S Bank.
It's banking the way it should be.
Welcome back to Inside UNA Basketball, everybody. J.D. Byers with head coach Bobby Champagne. Coming up in just a moment, we'll take you back to the courts for our Lions Lair segment presented by CB&S Bank. You'll get to meet Wes Long. You saw him hit some threes versus Concordia. Coach, now we move forward and we play on Saturday. UAH comes to town along with a bunch of fans. A lot of them wearing blue, but a whole bunch of purple and gold into Flowers Hall to see a great marquee matchup in the Gulf South Conference featuring a ranked opponent. The Chargers were ranked 12th when they got here. They've moved up in the poll since.
They've moved up in the poll. They're number 6 in the poll. We had a number of people wearing purple and gold, but we also had a few people wearing white. It was a whiteout, and so it was an excellent game for our fans to enjoy, and I thought both teams competed throughout the entire game.
A lot of lead changes in the final 20 minutes. This is a great game to watch. It was a great game to watch live as well, and we had them on the ropes all the way down to the end. The final score, 84-77. Not really indicative, though, of how close it was. They got a lot of free throw opportunities late. Let's jump right on into the highlights, the first 20 minutes. The Lions hosting the Chargers from Alabama Huntsville. We're in the middle of a 5-game homestand, and just look at that crowd.
Crowd's excited. Had the white dinner jacket on. Didn't keep it on very long, but I thought our team got off to a good start. We were doing a great job. There's KJ pushing it and Beaumont getting it to the basket. Nick Luttrell, I'd like to see him dunk it, but I'll take the 2 points anytime.
Nick Luttrell safely gets that one in, and Nick Luttrell on the night, 8 rebounds, 4 points, played 30 minutes of this one. Here's the Lions turning away UAH and really hanging tough. We're down by a point to get started in this one.
Yeah, early in the game, both teams going back and forth, and you know, crowd was electric. Beaumont's always excited, and we were really getting after it. You know, up until maybe the final 3 or 4 minutes of the first half, neither team could really get a lead. Huntsville hit a couple threes. Ronnie Mack came off the bench for them and hit a couple threes, which was the difference in the first half. But we were going back and forth all night.
Nick Luttrell boxes out well against their big guy inside. Here's Warwick Maston in the corner trying to work around Smith. He gets hot in the second half for UAH as well, a big difference maker down the stretch. Theron Jenkins hits one from the corner.
I thought Nick played extremely well against Campbell, who's one of the best big guys in the league. Theron Jenkins has really come on, being very aggressive offensively. There was a Euro step there by Warwick. Some people thought he traveled, but he's long and could sidestep. Warwick Maston's been playing well in league play as well.
Warwick Maston, 10 points, no rebounds on the night. 3 assists, though. 1 steal, played 32 minutes. There's Keenan Jackson.
Keenan's kind of been the difference in our team this year. His point guard play, the pressure he's putting on the basketball, the way he's getting us into our offense, as well as not turning the basketball over and getting the ball in the right place. So been really good for our team having him. There he is rebounding it and getting from block to block as quick as anybody in the league.
Transition defense was big as Keenan Jackson can get up the floor so quick. You were talking about his ball handling skills, doesn't make many mistakes. Theron Jenkins saves an errant pass, and we maintain the possession, and it's going to pay off. Beaumont Beasley hitting his only three-pointer of the game, goes 1 of 6 from the floor. We hit 4 threes in the first half. They hit 7.
They shoot the ball extremely well. I thought our defense was very good. Majet's one of the better players in the league. I think he only had 2 points for the game. You know, Jamie Smith, we held him almost scoreless in the first half. Second half got going. I thought our team played great. We came up a little bit short, but it was back and forth, like I said, throughout this first half.
Theron Jenkins, a big reason we win the rebounding battle, too. You just see him hit a shot there, 23 points on the night, but hustling on the boards, had 12. We won the rebounding and the turnover margin as Beaumont Beasley rolls in another one from the paint.
He did a great job of rebounding. We did a good job of taking care of the basketball. I thought our transition baskets that we got, our second chance points, there's one there with Wes, were big factors for us. We didn't give up very many transition baskets. They didn't score very many points off of our turnovers, and we scored several. You know, one of the big keys was the bench play. Their bench gets 21 points to our 9, and you know, we've been trying to add some depth on the bench, and this game we really didn't get a whole lot from our bench.
Using some patience here, out in the corner. The putback from the opposite side off the miss. Nick Luttrell gives us a fresh shot clock. We're down 5, needing some points. This is going to cut it to 2.
That was huge, and sometimes you don't pay as much attention to that offensive rebound that Nick got, but that was a very, very big offensive rebound by him. He's been doing a great job, again, playing against one of the better big guys in our league.
We shoot 46% in the first half. Alabama Huntsville, though, doing as they do, 57.1%. They hit 16 of 28. Here's UNA back on the offensive side, trying to get some more points before we go into the locker room at the break.
Yeah, we're doing a good job of taking care of the basketball, getting the last shot, and we do a good job of getting the shot we want. Beaumont makes it a tough one there, but he's very skilled.
We're down 8 at that point. That cut it to 6. We head to the locker room down, though, 44-36. But this is against the number 12 ranked team in America, and they've moved up since then, ended up at number 6 against UA Huntsville. They are who we thought they were coming in the first half. But you had some goals coming in, some transition D, hustle really hard, not have any regrets when this game is over. So far, this game is halfway finished, and the guys have no regrets about their effort.
Oh, no, our effort was great. I thought, you know, a couple shots here or there. You're gonna make some mistakes throughout the course of a game, but our guys' effort was tremendous. I believe at halftime we honored all our student athletes that had the high GPAs, and a number of our players in uniform walked out and received their certificates. So our guys are doing a good job. It was tough coming up on a short end, but can't fault their effort at all.
A great second half awaits. You'll see the final 20 minutes in just a moment. Before we get to that, after this commercial break, it's our Lions Lair segment. Wes Long, you'll get to meet the three-point threat out of Summertown, Tennessee. Just a sophomore, but a big difference maker coming off the bench early for the Lions in the games. We'll do that when we return on Inside UNA Basketball.
Inside UNA Basketball is brought to you by Williams Cleaners and Ray Miller Buick GMC.
Hi folks, I'm Vic Ragsdale, new car sales manager at Ray Miller Buick GMC. I want to tell you about the 2012 Buick LaCrosse with the all-new e-assist engine. This vehicle achieves 36 miles per gallon on the highway, 25 miles per gallon in town, which makes this vehicle the most fuel-efficient sedan in its class. Come see us at Ray Miller Buick GMC, 246 Cox Creek Parkway.
We're the Glenn family, and everyone at CB&S Bank knows our name.
When we wanted to add on to our house because we needed more space, CB&S Bank said yes to our loan.
As a community bank, they care about our community and helping it grow.
Now that's banking the way it should be.
Hey, Rick and Tony Valentino here, urging you to come to Flowers Hall this year and support Bobby Champagne and the UNA Lions basketball team in their quest for a Division II national championship. Catch all the action and the excitement. Hey, UNA basketball! That's what I'm talking about!
Me and my buddies support Little Steve's because Little Steve supports UNA. Look at this, you can't beat this line of pride.
I shop at Little Steve's because the people are always real nice and they got my favorite water.
I love Little Steve's because it's near campus and they take the main card.
And I love Little Steve's because he supports our team, so we like to support Little Steve's.
I support Little Steve's because Little Steve's supports us.
I support Little Steve's because I believe in family-owned businesses, and Little Steve's is one of the remaining few in the area.
UNA loves Little Steve's!
Welcome back to the Lions Lair segment on the program. You get to meet one of the University of North Alabama men's basketball players here. An exciting part of the show. We welcome in number 14 on the UNA squad, Wes Long, out of Summertown, Tennessee, just up north across the state line. A sophomore here. What a great freshman year last year. Wes, you were the GSC East Freshman of the Year. First time that's happened in a long time around UNA.
Oh, yes, sir. It was an honor to get that award. Wish the season could have been a little bit better team-wise, but individually, yeah, it was a pretty good year. I hope to improve on that this year.
Well, so far, a crowd favorite, and coming off the bench, a lot of folks like when Wes Long comes in. The reason, he is a great three-point shooter, averaging in double figures, coming off the bench for the University of North Alabama as a sophomore. When you come in, your role is a lot of times to get open for three, to try to isolate you out on a wing, and it seems to work.
Yes, sir. You know, I just try to, it spreads the floor out a lot when I'm able to knock down a couple of shots. You know, I think it frees Beaumont and Warwick up so they can get to the basket a little bit more. So, you know, I just try to do what I can to get open, and most of the time they'll give me the ball.
Wes Long here on the Lions Lair segment. And offense is what a lot of folks know, that you come in and you spark that and make a difference, but defense seems to mean a lot to you.
It does. You know, it starts on the defensive end, and I try to just come in and give the team some energy off the bench, just try to boost up a little bit, and just play hard. I feel like that's more of my role than anything.
Seems like hustle's a big part of it when Wes Long comes into a game on both ends of the court. Let's talk about off the court in the classroom. An education major, and that your family is all about some education. Your mom is a teacher. Your sister Beth, what, a third grade elementary teacher?
And my uncle's a principal at my high school. So, yeah, it's a family full of teachers, and you know, I love basketball, so I want to teach and be a high school basketball coach.
Coach Bobby Champagne comments a lot that when we're in a break around Christmas or in the summer, that gym up in Summertown is one of your favorite places. You're always up there working hard.
It is. I'm always there. You know, it holds a special place to me. So I'm always around, you know, either working out or just with the high school team, just helping out them. So I do what I can during the off time.
Wes Long is from Summertown, Tennessee. He's a sophomore for the University of North Alabama. Last year, Gulf South Conference East Freshman of the Year. Wes, who wears number 14, come out and see him. I think you'll be very surprised and have a whole lot of fun at a UNA basketball game. Wes, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll come right back. More highlights from the game when we return.
Inside UNA Basketball is brought to you by Williams Cleaners and Ray Miller Buick GMC.
Daddy, can I get a puppy, please?
Okay, Sammy. It's bedtime.
Oh, 10 more minutes, please.
10 more.
Yes. Please.
Hey, Daddy. Will you buy some alcohol for my party tonight? We'll be right here at the house. You can even take the keys. Please?
Absolutely not.
Each time I turn around.
Never let me have anything.
Don't be a pushover.
I hate you.
Be a parent. Prevent. Don't provide alcohol to minors.
Whether it's purple and gold or any other color, Simpson's Body Shop now has 3 locations to help you get that damaged car repaired, painted, and back on the road. They're located at Cox Boulevard in Sheffield and Highway 72 in Killen and Broadway Street in Florence. Choose one and rest assured that you've chosen the right professionals for the job. 3 generations, 3 brothers, 3 locations since 1981. Simpson's is there for you 24 hours a day. For towing and repair, Simpson's gets it right the first time. The reputation of Simpson's Collision and Repair speaks for itself. The Simpson boys say go Lions.
Hey, Rick and Tony Valentino here, urging you to come to Flowers Hall this year and support Bobby Champagne and the UNA Lions basketball team in their quest for a Division II national championship. Catch all the action and the excitement. Hey, UNA basketball! That's what I'm talking about!
We love Little Steve's.
Me and my buddies support Little Steve's because Little Steve supports UNA. Look at this, you can't beat this line pride.
I shop at Little Steve's because the people are always real nice and they got my favorite water.
I love Little Steve's because it's near campus and they take the main card.
And I love Little Steve's because he supports our team, so we like to support Little Steve's.
I support Little Steve's because Little Steve supports us.
I support Little Steve's because I believe in family-owned businesses, and Little Steve's is one of the remaining few in the area.
UNA loves Little Steve's.
Welcome back to Inside UNA Basketball. Hope you enjoyed meeting Wes Long there from Summertown, Tennessee. At the break here, the Lions getting ready to come out of the locker room playing UAH, the Chargers out of Huntsville. We trail 44-36, but so much intensity in the first half there, Coach. And over the course of the game, we're going to have 10 lead changes. It's a very exciting contest.
Yeah, we come out in the start the second half, cut into their lead, take the lead, and then it's back and forth, back and forth. Our team came out of that locker room really fired up. The crowd helped us tremendously. Our players were really fired up for the game, and I thought we did an excellent job throughout the game guarding Majette, one of the better players in the league. This second half is where Jamie Smith really hit some big shots that was kind of the difference in the game. And then late, Xavier Baldwin goes to the free throw line and makes 8 straight. Played the percentages, but again, our effort was tremendous.
Jamie Smith for the Chargers would have 5 3-pointers, 23 points on the night. But, Coach, in the scouting report, you talked about opportunities that would potentially be there in transition defense, trying to take the ball off the rim after a miss. Fast break points for the Lions actually did help us in this one to keep it close, 19 to their 7.
Yeah, we like to push it. And it helps when you're taking the ball off the rim or you're getting steals as opposed to taking it out of the net. And our team did a good job. They shot a good percentage, but I thought our guys were contesting shots and making it tough for them to make baskets. Give them a lot of credit for being able to execute against our defense.
Bobby Champagne's UNA Lions, Coach Lenny Acuff's UAH Chargers, half the game in the books. Let's get to the final 20 minutes here. Here are the highlights from Flowers Hall. UNA working on offense now towards the bucket to our left, wearing the white over the white, playing at home. Doing
a good job here executing, getting into our offense really early and trying to go inside to Nick. Nick's been playing well for us. They're double teaming our post guys and really sagging off of KJ. And so we've made some adjustments and tried to tweak our offense a little bit to adjust to some of the defenses that we're seeing.
Warwick Maston gets on the board. Something else we see, in addition to the fast break points, were second chance points. We had 12 to their 2. And the guys here really following up missed shots, trailing shots in case there's a miss. Beaumont Beasley had some putbacks. There's Theron Jenkins patiently waiting in the paint. Second chance points, though, can help you.
Theron is being very aggressive offensively, and we need him to be. He's a guy that's really tough to guard. There he is getting out in transition and showing some athleticism. KJ does a good job of finding him and putting the pass on time and on target.
And the one play as Theron Jenkins went to the hole. He'll make the free throw, and some press pays off. There's a backcourt steal, a turnover, and Beaumont Beasley turns it into points. Points off the turnovers, we had 22.
Yeah, we cut in our lead immediately, and I think we were down 1 right there at that point. Our full court press really bothered them. We forced them into some turnovers and got some easy baskets out of it. With about a minute to go, we were down 1 and got a steal and had an opportunity to take advantage of it, and we gave it right back to them. That's where the free throw barrage started. But nice move there by Nick and really being aggressive going to the basket.
The reverse around Zane Campbell underneath. Great touch on the one-handed dish, and there's another steal. Theron Jenkins, watch this. He's going to pull up from 3. They thought he was heading to the basket, and all strings for Theron Jenkins, the senior out of Flowood, Mississippi.
That basket right there gave us the lead. I think they put us up 1 or 2, and another steal. Great defense, and you're getting another one of those transition baskets.
What a move there. Beaumont Beasley switches hands in midair, puts in the reverse off the glass, uses the window. And, you can't brag enough on Theron Jenkins. Had a double-double early, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal.
I think we took a 3 or 5-point lead in the second half. And, that's where Jamie Smith just continued to make shots. But we do a good job of executing our offense and getting the shots that we want to. Our defense was key, but Beaumont really stepped up. His intensity is something that our team feeds off of, and I think our fans feed off of as well.
Beaumont Beasley, 9 of 15 from the floor, only 1 3-pointer, but also executed well at the free throw line. You don't see a lot of free throw shots in the highlights, but he went 8 of 9, even pulled 6 rebounds. Now Warwick Maston at the top. There's one of those follow-ups, and we get a fresh shot clock after the miss by Warwick. Warwick waits down on the baseline. He'll pick up an assist right here.
He does a good job. That was a hustle play. We had a number of hustle plays where guys just stuck their nose in there and got their hands on the ball, and we were able to capitalize on it.
50% the second half for the Lions from the floor. Had a few more looks than UAH. They had some extra 3-pointers, though. We went 50% on 15 of 30. They were 12 of 24, 50%.
That was one of our better sets for the night, where we were able to isolate Beaumont and Theron with an on-ball screen and get Beaumont coming off of it. Maybe got hit right there, but he buries the shot.
The game before this on Tuesday night, Beaumont Beasley was hot from the floor, and he's hot again here tonight. There's a turnover, back from behind, and this is a great run-out dunk.
That's a big play where we playing to the crowd there.
Blows a kiss.
Which is a lot better than what he did as a sophomore, where he turned and pointed to the guy that he dunked on. So he's definitely maturing, the senior from Muscle Shoals.
There's a good move to the bucket. Theron Jenkins gets on the board again. Played essentially the whole game, 23 points.
Yeah. Playing Theron a lot of minutes lately, but he's really been productive for us. So we're going to keep going to him. We got to ride the horse that gets us there.
That's the second time he cuts down the baseline. Josh Majette tries to pick him up, and Theron Jenkins is going to win that battle every time.
Yeah, here we are. We had scored that basket. We were down 1, and that's when we got in our press. We got a steal. And unfortunately, we didn't take care of the basketball, and then it was Xavier Baldwin free throw show from that point on. We played the percentages. He's the worst free throw shooter on their team, but he definitely stepped up to the line and knocked him down. The
Lions would lead by 6 in the second half. That was at the 13-16 mark. UAH led by 11. That was in the second half early on, but the Lions, like you said, came out. The adjustments were made in the locker room, and we quickly cut into their lead. We did a good job of cutting in their lead, executing our offense. You talked about the percentage that we shot in the second half, and that was due to execution. We were getting open shots, and we were getting the shots that we wanted. The three-point shots just wouldn't fall for us. In the second half, tried 9, only made 1. On the night, we had 5 three-pointers. UAH, on the other hand, hot from outside, 11 of 29. 5 of those coming from Jamie Smith, the point guard. Zane Campbell, their center, even stepped out. He had a three-pointer, and Zane Campbell had 16 points. Zane Campbell's one of the better players in the league. Jamie Smith is one of the better players in the league. Majette, one of the better players in the league. And so we did a good job on one of the 3. It's tough when you're playing a team like that, and then you have another guy like Xavier Baldwin for them to step up. And that's what you need, and that was the difference. Our bench really didn't we normally have one guy who they're not counting on to step up for us, and it's been Wes Long for us in most games, and he just wasn't able to knock down some of those shots. He has been all year. When you talk to the team in the locker room, the game preps, the week preps, on the board even, you guys put 3, maybe 4 points in there, keys to the game and missions, and one of them that really stood out because you accomplished all of them was to have no regrets. You're welcoming in the 12th ranked team in America, the UAH Chargers, and I don't think the guys had any when they left the hardwood that night. No, and that's what I said to them when I walked in. I said, did you leave it all out there on the court? And they all said yes, and that's all you can ask of your team, to play as hard as they can and do the best that they can. UA Huntsville was just a little bit better than us that day. Let's talk about Flowers Hall now, because we had almost 2,300 fans. It's the second largest crowd over the last 10 years to see a basketball game on our home floor at Flowers Hall. I think a strong message has been sent here in a 5-game homestand anyway. That is going to be a tough place to play. The fans are starting to get more rowdy every time they come in. They're starting to get into some traditions, making it tough for the opponents. Yeah, and I think that says a lot about our players and how hard they play, and the fans really appreciate that. Well, that's the final. 84-77, UAH would get the win. The Lions with 2 more following this game to end a 5-game homestand. West Georgia's going to come into this one ranked, and they will end it with West Alabama, 2 more conference rivalries. It's been a tough stretch. Well, we hope to see you next time. We'll have some highlights from that UNA West Georgia game, the Lions versus the Wolves. We'll see you next time on Inside UNA Basketball.
Thank you for watching Inside UNA Basketball. Please join us again next Sunday at 11:30.